Alrighty, what is going on there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a video of 2K25. If you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so if you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that like button. And yeah, so trying something a little newish. This isn't live. This is me recording the voice after I recorded the gameplay. But yeah, just trying something a little new. Let me know if you like this or you like the live gameplay with the live audio, me reacting and all that fun stuff. I know the last one, yeah, I was definitely not happy. So I was like, you know what? For this next recording session, let me just lock in and see what I can do. And yeah, there was a lot of good and a lot of bad as you're about to see in this video. Anyway, here's my opponent, point guard. About the same height. We're about evenly matched, like physical stat wise. But here we go. He is trying to look for open, does a hezzy, goes to the 3-point line, almost gets the rebound, but luckily I was able to get it. I run out, do a little behind the back magic, trying to find an opening to attack the rack with, and luckily I was able to find it for the two-handed slam. Alright, do a little crossover, a little hesitation, trying to see if I can get him to bite either way. Spin move, but shot's not good, even though the game said that it was a good shot selection. But hey, what can you do? This is part of the reason why I kind of just dislike 2K25. It's like, for me, like especially for me, it feels like I just can't make two shots in a row. It's like my thinking is, okay, I made my last shot on the last possession. Okay, so that means I can't probably shoot this next possession, so I have to go for a layup or a dunk. And then they kind of low-key know that, so that's why they're just able to play so far off. But after some good dribbles and able to find my little spot in the corner, yeah, I hit the mid-range. So now we're gonna go back up to the top of the key. Again, he's like perfectly mirroring me, playing off, thinking that I can't shoot the three, but I can a little bit with this build, but it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. But here we go. After the crossover, unfortunately, he was able to, not going to say magically teleport. This is calm Daniel right now, so we're not gonna say some wild stuff. But yeah, he was able to recover fast. And after his shot attempt on what I assume was supposed to be a hezzy, yeah, he missed it. Then I got it back. Then, as you can just see, I scored on the mid-range right there. And again, like, I feel like 2K, especially like these past few years, especially after 22, because it felt like everybody could just shoot in 22. They just said, okay, we're going to make the shooting harder. But if you're a good player, it's like, yeah, that was all. It's like, looking back at this, because it has been a while since I've seen it, like since I cut up the clips and all that, it's just like, damn, what do you expect me to do? Anyway, following the nice strip and the turnover, which I don't know how I managed to do that, but hey, I found a way. All right, back to the top of the key. Again, between the legs, behind the back, trying to see if I can get the speed boost angle to attack the rack, but nothing there. Little spin move, and hello, through tight coverage, I get the tough layup over my opponent. Back to the top of the key, again, little crossover behind the back, half spin, trying to see if I can get around him, nothing there. Takes the midi, but unfortunately I missed the shot. But here we go, strip steal, get the ball right back. Again, trying to do the same thing, trying to size my opponent up, see where I can take him. Unfortunately, he's bodying me up without really bodying me up, but hey, what can you do? I get right past him for the dunk to take the 10-0 lead. Again, this is what playing with patience looks like for the most part. But yeah, after the bad layup attempt, he gets the ball right back, gets right past me, beats me around the corner for the easy. I felt like that was just kind of like the game just kind of slowing me down a little bit, because like this was going to be a really good game. You'll see Almost got the stick dunk, but luckily I was just there enough to prevent it from happening. Right back, and this is why you never see one baseline because that barrier never exists. So, turnover, he doesn't look behind the back. Pointer. I wait for him to feel it. Run around, trying to do a little crossover. I can pull up for a shot. Nothing there. I can easily step up quickly if you wanted to. But back to the point to see if I can do anything there. And again, try to run the baseline, but I haven't learned my lesson. So now, after the turnover, he's trying to see if he can find another opening. Nothing there. Pulls up for the 3 and doesn't make it. I get the rebound. I'm at the hash mark. Try to see if I can just speed boost right past him. Try to do a spin move. I thought it would make me go a little bit more forwards, but apparently you just spin in place now in basketball. Okay, cool. Great animation 2K. Thanks for that. A little behind the back cheese after the attempted shot. I try to do a step back into the 3. Well, it was really a 2. I thought the step back would take me a little bit further, but if it was a 3, probably wouldn't have gone in. Good shot by me. Crossover, behind the back, nothing there. Try to size him up again. Snatch behind the back again. I'm seeing a lot of backs right here, so I think my dribble moves are a little bit too predictable. Right there, I could have had him for the layup, but because the animation had to finish out, I couldn't like attack the rack, so I just said, you know what, he's in the air, I might as well just try to take a shot and hope I make it. But because I made my shot on the last possession, 2K therefore says, okay, we're going to change the timing for this possession so that the game can be fair somehow. But anyway, here we go. I get the rebound right at the wings. Try to see if I can find anything there. Nothing there. He jumps, and I get the layup to go in, even though I had bad timing. No cheese there, really, but I gotta... If it was a late shot, I say it doesn't go in. Anyway, try to do behind the back. 3 does a behind the back 3. No good there. Gets the rebound. Tries to push me off him, but nope. This player's a little bit stronger, but a good spin move by him gets him to the open layup. Oh, that one hurt. Anyway, 14-4. He runs to the left, pulls up a 3, and it's good. Oh, no. And during this game, I was thinking, uh-oh, this is not looking good. If he's starting to make 3s, then yeah, that's the problem. That was the Hyper Bando Dynamic slingshot effect in full effect, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go. Pulls up again. No good this time. I get the rebound. Stop, shot, and no good, unfortunately. I felt like it was a good release, but, you know, if it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, hey, got to get the stop on defense, which I did not do on that last possession, unfortunately. 14-9. Man, it is not looking good right here. Nice spin move. Tough attempt, but unfortunately it doesn't go in due to bad timing. I get the rebound. I run out to the corner, do a little behind the back, pull up, but unfortunately the timing was just so off on that one. It felt weird because it was like, yeah, he was kind of in my face, kind of wasn't, but the timing just felt slower than it normally did. But anyway, does a little snatchback, hits the 3, and now it is 14-12. Not that long ago, it was 14-2, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's like a whole different game is being played than what was initially started. But yeah, still trying to find... He's looking for a way to attack the rack. Almost beats me around the corner, but misses the shot. Gets the rebound right back. I was out of position, and he makes the layup, unfortunately. So basically, he got rewarded for him messing up, which is never a good thing, unfortunately. Anyway, as you can see, after that poor steal attempt, I trying to back him up, but unfortunately, after one good crossover, he was able to get to the open dunk, And for the first time this entire game, he has the lead, 16-14. Again, 2K making sure is doing everything in his power to make this as fair of a game as possible. But hey, I can't complain though. If I made my shots, I should have been better to make the shots, you know? 18-14. We're taking it back to the top of the key. Again, can I get the stop needed to make sure that he doesn't get the ball again? We're about to see on this possession right here. He finds an opening, and unfortunately, the stick dunk is pretty much a guarantee against this player because I have no interior defense, unfortunately. If that was a square dunk, I probably would have gotten it, but stick dunks is just an automatic against this player because there's no yeah. Anyway, as you can see, after the shot attempt, gets the rebound right back because I like to stay in place, apparently. You know, it's not like I move my stick in that direction. But hey, what can you do, right? I mean, like, what can you do outside of giving up a 12-point lead to somebody that you know was playing way worse than you were? Like, literally, it was like a whole different game. Like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make no shots. I couldn't get no stops. Nothing. It's either whoever was playing at the beginning of the game handed the controller to somebody else, or that was literally that slingshot effect that everybody's talking about in this game, just completely shutting me down. Anyway, on to the next game. Shooting guard, 6'8", 96 perimeter defense, and pretty high steal and speed as well. So getting around him is going to be a little bit harder than it needs to be. But hey, when you're as crafty as your boy, you just gotta find a way sometimes. After that poor attempt to block the shot, 2-0. So I seen the high perimeter defense, so obviously I need to hit him with a bunch of like hezzies and fakes. So that's why you don't really see me dribbling as much, because I know with his high steal he can easily just strip the ball from me, even though I have 93 ball handle. But you know, what can you do, right? Anyway, behind the back, going to my right, trying to see if he can keep up. He can. Another behind the back. Obviously, I'm trying to create some space, but I just do not trust the shot attempts, because I did make 2 shots in a row, even if they were just dunks. But hey, he gets the ball. He's at the wing. Does a little bit of dazzling dribbling move. Oh man, that's pretty good. I think he gets an ankle breaker on me on this possession. Hits the midi, and now it is 4-2. Again, I didn't know whether this was pretty early in the game, so I didn't know whether this was like a one-off or just a, you know, he's actually good at taking dribble pull-ups. So I just wanted to stand back, see if he could do it again. And after this shot, I was like, yeah, I pretty much had to play up on him. 5-4, top of the key. 2 dribble pull-ups. I'm like, okay, so he made back-to-back shots, and he is a cross player, so that means he's either doing whatever that glitch is that can like make shots easier than they need to be on the Xbox triggers, or it's like, you know, he's just playing with the Zen. So I was like, okay, I gotta play up on him. I gotta at least try to do some defense. But he phased right through me after one crossover, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta at least, I don't know, foul him or something, make sure he doesn't get the easy shot. But here we go, more dazzling dribbling moves. Almost gets right past me there, but luckily I was able to be there just enough to affect the shot. He almost gets a steal right there after that rebound too, which is just insane. Here we go, at the left wing, behind the back, a little crossover, trying to get him to step or overcommit to one side. I do a step back, but unfortunately the coverage was just good enough to affect the shot. So now he gets the ball back at the right wing, more dazzling dribbling moves, trying to see if he can find that easy opening or at least a pull-up. Goes to run over to the top of the key, runs back, tries to, I think he's been trying to get an ankle breaker this entire time. But after some sloppy dribbling move, he gets the layup after elbowing me in the face, which I'm pretty sure is an offensive foul. But hey, they don't call offensive fouls in 2K. If they did, I think this game would be a little bit more balanced. I mean, honestly, they probably didn't really have to affect the animations as much. Just call offensive fouls. Like, how hard is that? Anyway, after the dunk, He gets the ball right back on an offensive rebound, even though he hung on the rim for a little bit, and I could easily have gotten it. But hey, you know, I just like to stand in place and watch as the opposing player does whatever he wants. Pulls up for the 3, almost got the rebound, but luckily I was able to get it. I run to the corner, shot, no good, gets the rebound right back, tries to get the steal. That should have been a steal, not gonna lie. But he runs back to the top of the key, does a little left-right, little crossover, still trying to get me in an embarrassing position, but luckily my player's defense is just good enough to not let that happen. I get the rebound right back. I try to run right through him. I mean, it was a lot of contact, but at the same time, it's kind of like I've had that done consistently to me, where it's like, yeah, I was there, but I had no effect on the shot, and I did get around him. So I think that should have been a made shot, especially if the timing was good. But 2K didn't seem to think so, so they said, okay, you missed the shot. And now after that, I get the rebound off of his missed shot, go for the dunk. Luckily, I was able to get around his 96 perimeter defense. The score is 7-6. We're pretty much as even as the game will let us get to. I was able to run right through him. I tried to do the spin move, but unfortunately 2K thinks that it's going to be a spin midi instead of a spin layup. But I don't think it would have worked anyway at the angle that he was at, like looking back on it. Top of the key, he finally gets his coveted ankle breaker animation, but luckily I was able to recover, force the pickup, I should say, and then I get the rebound right back after his missed layup. Here we go, try to run forward, see if I can get right through him, nothing there. I take the 3 and green! Finally, I get the lead right back, score is 9-7. We go up to the top of the key, I run to the left, see if there's anything that I can do. I don't take the shot right there because, again, I don't make 2 shots in a row in this game, so that's wonderful. But luckily, I was able to get right around him after some patient dribbling. He seems to overcommit to the left side, or that's what he was doing like initially, but I think he changed it up eventually once he realized what I was doing. So again, overcommits to the left side, was able to recover though, and get the block, but I get the rebound right back. I run back to the right wing, do a little behind the back, take the shot. I thought it was good, but it was late in the shot clock, and I probably had like no stamina too, so nothing there to show for the offensive rebound. And after that, he runs to the paint, nothing there. Luckily, I'm able to stand him up. He takes a wild shot. I run to the left corner, and more shenanigans by the game, because I definitely, in fact, I probably stopped my left stick before I even like left the corner, but he gets the ball right back after the turnover and hits the pull-up 3. Oh, we didn't need him to hit that, unfortunately, but what can you do? I should have been there to stop it, right? Wonderful game where I have to, like, instead of just stopping on a dime, I have to literally stop like 3 or 4 steps behind where I'm trying to go, and I still end up with the turnover. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, after the 3, I was able to be there just enough to stop the shot. Almost gets the steal off of me, but luckily I was able to hold on to the ball and change directions. Trying to find my opening right there. I probably should have gone forward, but like I can't do nothing because 2K doesn't like it when you stop animations mid-animation now. But he overcommits to the left again, and I was able to find the attack route. I was able to get around the corner and attack the basket. So here we go. After that, 13-10, I'm up. Trying to find my shot, but unfortunately he was able to keep up, but I get the offensive rebound, and now scores 15-10. Now, things are, even though I have the lead, I didn't really feel secure because I felt like, at any point he could have taken it. Because this was a pretty close game. He's obviously good, but it's like also some shenanigans from 2K that was happening. A little step back, green the shot, 17-10. Now, you think that this would be a safe lead, but you're about to see. after that last game, things can change up pretty quick. Here we go, dribbling, trying to find my shot. Obviously, you can't overcommit to the left because that's the baseline right there. Nothing there. I probably should have gone forward when he overcommitted to the right, but yeah, nothing there. I get the offensive rebound right back, and now the score is 19-10, and you are about to see the most ridiculous shenanigans you've probably ever seen in your life. Okay, here we go. I missed that shot right there. He gets the ball back. He's at the top of the key. He's trying to dribble, trying to see if he can find his ankle breaker animation, which will probably never come because, you know, he's not supposed to be a dribbler with somebody that has 96 perimeter defense. I'm right there. Obviously, he could have taken the shot. I take one step forward, and I was not able to recover for the speed boost that he was able to get right there. 19-12. Top of the key. Hezzy's all the way to the right wing. Or to the right hash mark, I should say. Steps up. Obviously, I'm not going to fall for any dribble moves right there until he like actually goes left or right. Pulls up. Or, yeah. So these games were recorded before 2K said they fixed the little speed boost thing that you can do with the alley-oops. So, yeah. Okay, and then after that, pull-up freeze. Score is 19-17. Always fun to see a 9-point lead disappear, right? After what, 2 missed shots? He phases right through me for the easy dunk, and now the score is 19-19. It's like I said, it's like you could play the game a certain way, and then out of nowhere, you're just playing a completely different game. Like, he was probably nowhere near his takeover, and all of a sudden, he's just phasing right through me for every layup. He made every shot. He missed only one shot. I missed 2 when I got the ball after I scored 19. He missed only 1. And he made back-to-back shots. And he had takeover. Like, he was messing up that whole game, and the fact that he was that close to takeover, even though he didn't really do anything, yeah, no, crazy work. Yeah. But unfortunately, that was the game. And here we go. We got one more. As you can see, shooting guard. Again, pretty high perimeter defense. High speed, all that stuff. As you can see from the stats. So again, I got to find crafty ways to get around my opponent. Anyway, after that little half speed boost, he was able to recover. Still trying to find my opening. He's not going for any like dribble drives, but anyway, after that he just I bet you he didn't even press square. He just got an animation and it just came out and it worked. But anyway, bad shot attempt right there. Get the ball right back, run over to the left corner. He's playing a little bit off, but that's because of my build. They know that I have probably a low 3-pointer, and they can get away with sagging off a little bit, at least from time to time. But yeah, after the poor layup attempt after the pickup, he runs over to the left corner, tries to shoot, nothing there. We're both 0 for 2, so nothing too crazy. Again, doesn't jump after the dribble drive, but you know, that's why we're not taking bad shots right here. But look at that. A clean step back. Oh my god. I just love that. That's like my favorite move to do into a shot. It's just so beautiful, and I don't know why. I just enjoy it. Anyway, 2-0. Trying to find the shot. Nothing there. He steps up a little bit. He knows that I can't shoot threes consistently. But right here, honestly, that was probably an open layup. Because he wasn't really in a good defensive position. At best, his arm could have affected the shot. But, you know, I don't think that was tight coverage. I think that was just a BS like 2K rating thing. I was like, oh, he has high interior defense, even though he's out of position, still good. Anyway, makes back-to-back shots. 5-2 now, top of the key. And here I'm thinking, okay, maybe I gotta play a little bit more up, just so I can try to affect the shot. Because I know if I start sagging off a little bit, 2K is gonna be like, oh well, you want to give him open shots? We'll let him make open shots, even though he's probably not that good of a shooter. After the pickup, gets the rebound right back. He didn't even jump for that, by the way. He just got it. And that was just all strength right there. That was an all strength layup that got him that. But, you know, what can you do, right? If I wanted to do something about it, I should have made a different player. But anyway, tries to do some crossovers. Almost gets the speed boost forward, but nothing there. He pulls up for the midi. Shot is missed. I run over to the right corner. Pull up for the wing three, but again, the reason why they're able to sag off, I just can't shoot threes. And it's not even like it's a struggle. Usually I just miss like my first two or three. And then after that, I'm able to like, I think, go to like 3 for 6 or something like that. But that's only if I take 6 threes, which normally I don't like doing. If I'm taking a lot of threes, then that means I'm just settling for shots. I'm not trying to find my best way to get it. I'm not trying to like work to the strengths of the player. But yeah, almost steals the ball right there. Trying to find an opening, trying to see if he'll overcommit to one side. He kind of did. And then when it was time for me to take the shot, he just kind of snapped back to my location. So, again, can't do nothing about that. All right, top of the key, 7-2. And it's looking like it's going to be a really bad game for me. Because I'm cold right now. And I have played a great many of players in this game. I've seen people go 0 for 8, 0 for 9, 0 for 10, and they never got cold. And like I missed a couple of shots, I foul a few times, and I get cold. I'll be telling y'all, this game be treating me differently sometimes. I don't know why. No, right? But luckily I was able to get out of it after that last layup. After the foul, I run over, try to make him commit to the layup, but he did, but I just missed a shot. All for the sake of, you know, me missing. But here we go. I pick up the layup. I pick up the rebound at the right corner, and luckily 2K was like, here's a gift for you, my brother. And I said, you know what? I'll take it. I appreciate it. Game's all tied up. I run to the right. Luckily the speed boost was able to get me past him enough to where I can get an open dunk. 9-7, and now it's looking like an interesting ball game again. I'm no longer cold. He's daring me to shoot the three. I'm like, okay, no, I'll step in to where my strength is, and that didn't work, which is always fun to watch. But anyway, after a stats back, he makes his shot. 10-9. Okay, now the game is a little bit more back and forth. It doesn't feel like the slingshot effect is affecting us as much. I mean, we're both pretty much even at this point, but he has the height advantage, unfortunately, and it was in full effect right there on that layup. That man put his arm over my head without him like having both feet off the ground, which is absolutely ridiculous. But he picks up the dribble right there. He misses, gets the rebound right back. I'm in position to effect the shot again. Luckily, I get the rebound this time. Almost gets the steal, but no dice there. Run over to the left wing. Mistime the steal attempt, and I was able to get the easy dunk right there. 12-11. Still a little bit of a back and forth competition. Again, daring me to shoot, and I said, thank you, sir. I will take that. I think at this point, what? That's three threes, which isn't bad for me, especially considering the fact that I don't take it. At this point, I think he's lacking, so that's why he kind of just let me take that dunk attempt. But hey, I mean, it's not like I've been playing badly this game, so you know, I'll take a freebie when I get one. I try to do my some step back magic right there. He gets the rebound right back, does it behind the back, tries to see if he can get past me, which he does. Scores 18 to 14, or not 18, 16 to 14, my bad. I can't read numbers. Right, here we go, top of the key, finds a good way to make space, but unfortunately the animation that was in forces him out of bounds, and it presents me with a great opportunity to, well, take a freebie, because he just stopped moving at that point. So I think pretty much like the game was done at this point. And obviously, like, even with him trying to like play defense, I don't think really there's much you can do, because, well, he just, you know, those 4 free points really like pretty much killed any kind of momentum that he had. So he could play really well, but as you can see in the previous 2 games, even with a big lead, like, I can lose that real quickly because of the slingshot effect. But that's why I wasn't trying to do anything stupid here, just trying to get to my spots, see if I could do anything. But that shot right there, that was the slingshot effect affecting that, because that timing just felt so off. But anyway, as you can see, he quit, hit the open 3. That is game. GG's to all my opponents in this game. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you like these long commentaries, let me know in the description, in the comment section. But if you prefer the shorter ones, the shorter live ones, that's okay too. Or if you want me to cut them up and stop being lazy, hey, all you gotta do is just let me know. I will see you next time.